everybody, today is August 18th, 2025, and I'm checking in. Couple updates. For one, my AC in my car is still not working, so I am hot as balls right now. And for two, I accidentally overdrafted my checkings account somehow, and Uber Eats is actually pissing me off because for Uber, I'm supposed to be getting paid today. It says that your money will be sent to your account at 4 a.m. on Monday. It is Monday, 2 p.m. My money has not come in yet, and I'm overdrafted by $6. I'm supposed to be getting $50 in from Uber, but I haven't gotten it yet, and that's a bit of a problem. So I'm gonna go try to see if I can Uber until I make $12 so I can instant pay it into my bank account and make sure that I don't overdraft. But my big thing that I'm pissed about is since my money isn't in my account for my Uber Eats, I should be able to instant pay that money out. But for some reason, it's not showing up in my account either. So there's like a little awkward period where it just doesn't exist, and that's stupid to me. That's really stupid. Alrighty, and I want to give a massive shout out to my homegirl Solaire, somebody who placed a huge ass Panera order, but is tipping me $10. So I only have to do one order. I'm insanely excited. I thought I was gonna potentially be out here for about 2 hours. I just had to wait in a parking lot for about 10 minutes, and I got a really good order. So I'm gonna go drop this off, and fingers crossed, I should be able to take that money out in about 2 hours from now, and I can finally stop panicking about my account being overdrafted. I am so excited. Alrighty, and I'm now home from that trip. I was able to cash out before I crashed out. I officially have $6 in my bank account, and I am okay. Now to get to the productive shit we need to do today. Alrighty, future editing Blake here. There was randomly a video deleted. So for some reason, I have no idea what was going to go in this little 10-second window, but I'm going to try to fill in the gaps. I think it had something to do with laundry. Once I get that all cleaned, I could basically pack whatever stuff that I'm still going to wear for this week, and then everything else can officially be put into some kind of bag and put in my car for the time being. And then whenever my Uber money comes in, it's probably not going to be today anymore, but I am planning on taking that PC tower to a repair place and seeing if they can factory reset it. So before I do that, I'm actually going to go ahead and go online and file for, they have an estimate thing where you could say what you need to get done, and they'll give you a email saying, hey, this is probably how much it's going to cost. So I'm probably going to go ahead and do that. So that way in the meantime, I know how much I'm going to be spending on that. I'm expecting it to be somewhere from 30 to $50. And then once I get that, I could potentially sell that PC tower for about $300. Well, that's what I'm going to list it for. It will probably sell for $250, but that's what I'm going for, at least $250. Alrighty, gang, now our next line of business, we need to unbury my goddamn coffee bar that's buried in here. Can you see it? Can you see it? There's stuff on it as well. That's not great. But I can at least see it, which I think is a good sign. This garage usually not very well put together, but I need to figure out what screws are in it, so I need to take it out. Figure out how the fuck I'm getting it out of here. This is gonna be fun. Here, how about a time lapse? Okay, it only took about 20 minutes, but it's finally in a spot that I think I can actually get it out of this goddamn garage. And I will go ahead and say, I want to complain about my dad for a second. This man brags about, oh, everything in my garage is on wheels. I'm going to call a load of bullshit on that because no, nothing in there is on wheels. That was a pain in the ass. That being said, I still need to get that to my backyard, and I need to figure out what I'm doing because my mom thinks that it'd be the easiest to completely take everything apart and then put it back together. Because we're going to do these bars a different color, and then we're going to do the wood. We're going to sand it down and stain it. And on the one hand, I'd be inclined to agree with her, but on the other hand, I feel like having to put it back together afterwards is scary. Because what happens if I take it out and I can't get it back together? You know what I mean? But we'll see. We're going to, like I said, we still need to get it actually out of here. Because it's going in my backyard is where I'm going to be doing all the sanding and everything. So we're almost there. Almost. Okay, and through the help of a trusted friend, I was able to actually... Okay, through the help of my greatest, bestest friend ever, who is super cool and awesome and has the most swagger, whatever, I was able to get this out into the back patio. This is usually where my mom sands down and paints stuff, so she better not give me a hard time about sanding stuff down and painting stuff out here. I need to figure out if I'm taking this apart. I've got a feeling that might unfortunately be the move. Luckily for me, seems like you could use an Allen wrench and that comes off. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong about this, pretty sure this part and that part are connected through it. So I just need to lift one side up, lift the other side down. So taking this part out will definitely be easy. I have no idea about the bottom. I mean, there's a couple screws. We'll figure this out. Okay, I got the right kind of Allen wrench, so we're gonna start there. Oh, that comes out too, actually. Hold up. So there's Allen wrenches at the top and Allen wrenches in the middle. So this part definitely comes off. And I think we'll start with that because that part should be the easiest to kind of remember, hey, this comes off and goes back on right there, is that's literally the only spot where that one would fit. And so the plan here, I got Rust-Oleum, that's like a nice black color. We're going to spray all these metal pieces that black color. Oh, that came out so perfectly. But I'm going to spray paint all of these pieces black, and then I'm going to sand that down. And then we have some shelves at our house that are kind of like this charcoal grayish color. That's the color that we're going to be doing that entire coffee bar. I'm very excited about it. Okay, and here's a little time lapse of me slowly but surely taking this thing apart. There's a lot of screws literally everywhere, which I do think is great because that makes it nice and secure, but oh my god, this took me forever to figure out how to get this apart piece by piece. But that being said, by the end of it, it was super easy, barely an inconvenience. Now, that actually was not too bad at all, and I feel like for the most part, everything is actually going to be really self-explanatory about which pieces go into which part, and I'm really optimistic. I don't know if I have the sanding materials, but if I have the sanding materials, I should be able to pretty much do everything tonight and hopefully get it pieced back together tonight. So that's kind of my goal. It is currently around like 5 o'clock-ish, so I have about 3 hours of daylight to kill, and I think that should hopefully be enough. So goal number 1, figure out how I am spraying this part down. Obviously, I need to wipe it down and clean it down first before I actually start spraying it, but I need to figure out, like, I probably need to put a tarp or something down underneath it, and I don't know if we have a tarp. And then obviously these little pieces, those are going to be a little bit easier because I could definitely just do newspaper. I think I'm going to see if I can somehow get enough newspaper to just put newspaper under there and that work, hopefully. But I am insanely excited. I might need to do a Lowe's run anyways because I think I need to get poly and I need to get the stuff to like seal the paint on whenever I'm done sanding it and doing the primer. Is that the word? The stain, the wood stain. Okay, so I ended up going the paper towel method. That's newspaper. We were close. That was pretty close. We're going to go ahead and spray those down. And I think that it takes about like 30 to 20 minutes to dry, something like that. So we're going to go ahead and spray those down and then in a little bit flip them and then spray the other side and kind of see how that goes. And then I'm going to try to lay out some paper towels, not paper towels. We came to the conclusion that that is newspaper underneath this one and that one as well, and see if I can do it to those as well. And here's a little time lapse of me kind of getting the newspaper under there and then trying to spray this down. I will admit the slots on the bottom were a pain in the ass, but for the most part, these bars that I'm working on right now were all relatively simple, relatively easy. And I think for the most part, this is going to look really, really nice with this dark black color. I am very excited about this project. I think it's slowly but surely coming along. Okay, I may have been way too optimistic when I said I was going to get this all done today. Sanding this has been a pain in the rear, and I still haven't gotten very, very far. And I still have the other piece that I need to do, so this is fun. And then whenever my dad got home, I was able to implore his help a little bit and get a little bit more progress done, but ultimately... But it's Future Editing Blake here, and I can confirm that it's actually been 2 weeks since I recorded that video, and that coffee bar is still not done. So I was very optimistic about getting it done that night, and it still is being a pain in the ass because sanding that has proven to be very difficult, apparently. Yeah, that's it for this video, guys. Thank you guys so much for coming by and checking it out. I love and appreciate you guys, and I hope I will see you guys in the next one. Peace out. Pow. Pow. Pow.